Hi, I'm David Trombley with Hockey Extreme, and today we're going to be focusing on stick handling. I call this the toe, middle, heel drill. Now before we even get to even working with the hockey puck back here, we have to make sure that the kids understand how to hold their hockey stick, because you're going to see the top hand underneath, stick into their gut, other hand really close by. You'll see a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what it is, but we need to correct it right away. Number one, top hand. That thumb, you gotta turn over, we make sure that thumb's pointing down. Now I know the kid's gonna have a big safety end so it doesn't go through the mask. So that stick, that hand has to come up right even as close as they can at the top. Two, where do they put that bottom hand? Well, we like to use a little bit where we use the elbow on the opposite hand, kind of grab. And if you look at this, it's actually about shoulder width. So we're roughly about shoulder width apart. That's where the hands are. Hands are out here in front, independent from the body and not touching the body, not leaning on their leg, not crunched all up. And we have the hands out here. Well, so I'd like to do is you start with one hand, all right? And you start wiggling the hand and the wrist. If you notice down by my stick, the toe's off the ice and only the heel is on as I'm doing this exercise. I'm not making any sound. All right, and you flip over and you do the other wrist. You want to make sure you're talking to your kids, reminding them, you got to activate your wrist. Stick handling is about engaging the wrist. And then you can go right to two hands and working the wrist properly from there. As we have a wide stance, and we're going to actually stick handle from skate to skate. Now, once we incorporate that hockey puck, all right, kids are going to be all excited, trust me, I know. All right, they're going to just start them stick handling, any which way you want, back and forth. And you're going to check out to make sure that their bottom hand is rotating. How do we know that they're actually working their wrist? Look at the blade. If the blade is straight up and down, the hands are really tight and they're not activated. Loosen the hands. Allow that blade to start cupping. Now you know the hands are working all the way through. I always hear some coaches, head up, head up, head up, and I agree with it once we get going. But let's start focusing more on the technique, how to hold the stick and how to stick handle. We got three areas of the blade, toe, middle, heel. We're gonna start with the kids stick handling on the heel, all right, as they go. Now, as they start going through, they might be very stationary. They can have a little bit of sway, shifting their body weight back and forth. Call out the heel. And they got to focus on making sure they control with their hands that puck is on the heel. Then you go to the middle of the blade, and you can see from there that puck's going to be right in the middle. And then you call the toe, all right? And you go back to the middle, and you go back to the heel, all right? You're fine-tuning the muscles in your hands to make sure we're stick handling properly. Now, I'm doing this stationary, and you probably do this for a couple of minutes stationary as you go through. I like to actually start off with the heel, they stick handle, and you say go. And they start skating all the way to the end of your zone, stick handling on the heel. And then you send the next wave of kids. And then you bring them back on the middle of the blade, and then the toe of the blade all the way through. You kind of make fun of this exercise. So as you're going through, we're looking for a couple things. Number one, their hands, their grips, and activating the wrist. This is a stick handling exercise to start the kids off. I know you can teach it. Have some fun.